So just when you're ready, you just stand with your feet about hip distance apart, just toes facing forwards. And then we'll just move a little bit. So when you're ready, just moving towards the balls of your feet and then back towards your heels. And just do that just a few times, just to try and get into a central position. And then we'll lengthen through the muscles of the legs and lift the shoulders and drop them down your spine. So just trying to get that feeling of stacking your shoulders over your hips over your knees, and the knees over the ankles. And then just a couple of breaths here. So maybe take your hands to your rib cage. Just to remind you just to breathe deeply. So breathing in through your nose and then just let it out your mouth. And be quite forceful with the breath, especially when you get into some of the stronger moves where you want to use your breath to help you. So a deep inhale and exhale. And again, keep that breath going. Relax your shoulders down your back. Take another deep inhale, and as you exhale, just release the chin just towards your chest. And on the inhale, just lift your chin back up. So we'll do that again. So just release down and lift back up on the inhale. So we're going to take a little roll down today. So we'll drop the chin, bend your knees a little, and then just start to roll down. So just allow the weight of the body kind of to move you down. Take it to where it feels right to you. So you don't have to go all the way down, just where it feels right. Draw your belly in, push through your feet, and then start to draw yourself all the way back up. So just maybe stacking the hips, then back over the knees, the shoulders back over the hips, and lift the head and relax the arms. So we'll do that again. So lower the chin down, bend the knees, and let the weight of the body kind of pull you down towards the ground. And then when you're ready, draw your belly back and push through your feet and start to come back up. And again, we're restacking the body as we move back up to the top. Okay, we'll do this twice more. So again, drop the chin around the shoulders. Draw the belly in to support your lower back so you're not kind of just collapsing down. And then just when you're ready, push through your feet. Draw your belly in a bit more and start to lift back up. So take your own time. You can even kind of close your eyes if you want to on this. We'll do it one more time. So drop your chin around the shoulders and bend the knees and roll down. So feel the back kind of stretching a little bit as the upper body pulls it down. And then when you come back up again in your own time, just push through your feet, draw your belly in, and roll yourself back up. So when you get back up, relax the shoulders down your back. I'm just going to reach over just towards the right a little bit, and then back into the centre. And then we'll do the same thing just towards the left. And keep that going. If you want to, you can reach over with the other arm, so that just adds a little bit more weight just to stretch through the side of your body. If you don't like that feeling, then you don't have to do it. We'll just do a couple more, just nice and easy. Okay, maybe inhaling to the centre and breathing out as you go over. Do that one more time. And then move back into the centre. Relax your arms and keep your feet hip distance. We're going to take your hands to your hips here. So we're going to move your right leg just out to the side. So when you're ready, just move your right leg out and then bring it back in. So you can touch the floor. If you can manage, then we're going to lift it off the floor. And you can always tap it when you come back in. So lift up, or you can maybe just skim the floor as you come back in. Just wherever it feels right to you. So draw your belly in. Great, well done. We'll do that a couple more times. Excellent. And one more time. Okay, from here, we'll just take the legs back to that hip distance apart. This time we're going to step out to the side with that right leg. So you're just going to come into a squat and then step back to the centre. So the legs are wide, not too wide, so you can adjust it if you need to. And when you step in, your legs are just coming to that hip distance apart position again. And we're going to add on to this. So we'll do one more. And we're going to take a squat. We're going to lift your right leg. So we'll squat down, lift your right leg, squat down and step to the centre. So we'll do that again. So squat down, lift your right leg, squat down and centre. We'll do this twice more. Keep your belly pulled and chest lifted. Excellent. And one last time. Good. And back into the centre. Now this time you're going to keep your right heel lifted. We're doing a little single leg squat. So when you're ready, just sink back and lift up. So the legs are hip distance, the weight is back in your heels. Now if you want a little bit more, you could lift that foot off the ground a little and go down and up. And you can push with your arms if you'd like here. And you can also make it so that it's kind of a knee lift. But again, just work where you can, where it feels right. Good, that leg should be getting tired now. Just 2 more. Excellent, and one last time. Well done. Okay, come on, give your legs a little shake. We'll take your legs wide, so this time just going back to 2 feet. So chest up, tummy pull down, and then just sink through your legs and lift back up. So do that again, so sink through your legs and lift. So try and keep that feeling of stacking your shoulders over your hips, just warming up a little bit through your legs. We'll do one more. So coming down this time, take your hands just to either side of your head, and we're going to move to the side. So we're going over to the side and back into the center, and then the other way and center. Do that again. So try and keep your hips as still as you can as you move over to the side. Good, well done. Okay, just 2 more. And last one. Excellent. Okay, from there, release your hands, come back up and walk your feet back in. So give your legs a little shake. We're going to change to the other side. So again, hands to the hips first. Spread your toes, maybe even bend your knee a little bit, and step out with that left leg and bring it in. So again, keep your foot on the ground. So that would be option 1. If you want to lift your leg up, but then when you come in, you could always tap it down. Make it a little bit easier. And if you can, we're just going to kind of skim the floor. So we're coming in, but we're not touching the floor, but just work where you can. Okay, draw the belly in. Excellent. Do 2 more. And last one. Well done. Okay, you can bring your feet in. So from here, we're going to step to the side in that lunge. So step out to the side and into the center. So not too wide, and the feet face forward and the chest is up, and your weight is pretty even between your feet. So we're not leaning over towards that left side, but we're keeping the weight back. So we're just stepping out. Okay, well done. We'll do 2 more of these. So again, we're going to add on that leg lift. We'll do 1 more like this. So the next time we'll do the squat, but then you're going to lift up. So it's down and then lift, back down and into the center. So we go out to the side, lift the leg up, back down and center. Good, we'll do that a couple more times. And lift and center, and 1 more. And lift. Well done. Okay, so then you come in, again, up on the ball of your foot, feet hip distance, and just sink back and lift. So you could just keep your hands on your thighs, you could move your hands up and down if you want to. If you want to, then we're going to lift that left foot up and then press it down. So it doesn't actually touch the floor when we do that, if you can. And then start to lift the knees as if you're kind of pulling the knee up and then bending that leg as you go down. So it's a single-legged squat. Excellent. Just a couple more. 2 more. And last one. And well done. Okay, come up. Give your legs a little shake. So take your feet wide again. So toes turning out, chest up. And when you're ready, just sink down and come back up. So just take your time. Get into a position that feels right. Have the shoulders over the hips, the tailbone pointing down. Okay, just 2 more. And then on the next one, we'll stay down. So we'll come back down, we'll stay here. We'll go to the side again, so hands either side. So keep your hips still, move over and center. So side, good. Well done. Excellent. And just a couple more. And last one. Okay, keep your legs wide. Go back down again and come up. Good. We're going to lift up through your right heel. So we're going to go down, right heel lifts, down, left heel lifts. So down, heel lifts, down. Good, well done. Excellent. So we're just going to do this just a couple more times, just warming up through the back of your thigh. We're going to keep the same movement going, but instead of lifting your heel, we just go down and up. So you're just lifting through that. And then we're going to swing the arms, just to get you a little bit warmer before we start. Excellent. And just 4 more. And well done. Okay, when you're ready, come in, give your legs a little shake off. So we'll make our way down onto your mat. So just take your time. I've got a new light today, so hopefully it will stay bright the whole time. So we'll come down. We're going to just sit with your feet in front of you. So we're going to do, excuse me, a little roll back. So sit up onto your sit bones. Hands behind the back of the thighs. Sorry, I'm going to have to get a drink. Excuse me. Okay, so when you're ready, draw the belly in, lift nice and tall so you've got that nice straight line from your shoulder to your hip. I'll give you a moment to come down. Okay, so again, we're going to do this little roll back with some variations. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, pull your belly in, round your back and roll back a little. On your in-breath, come back up. So you're just working at your own pace here, so you can go back a little bit further, but just work where you can. And try not to be too grippy with the hands, just have them there for a little bit of support. We'll do 2 more like this. And on the next one, the last one, we're going to hold it back. So we're just going to come back, and again, don't go too far, but don't be sort of too high either. Now, release your hands if you can. And you can hold them here or you can keep them behind the back of your thighs. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, lift up through one arm and then lower it back down. And then breathing in, as you breathe out, lift, breathe into lower. So breathe out, lift, breathe into lower. Now, if you find this is okay, lifting your arms, then keep with it. If you want a little bit more, you could lift both arms. You don't have to. Okay? If it feels too much, don't do it. Try and keep drawing the inner thighs in, so don't let them release all the way. Excellent. Just 2 more. And last one. Now this time, just take the hands just behind the back of your thighs. Now we're going to roll down, so if you want to, you can just use your hands here, or just slowly lower yourself all the way down towards your mat. So when you get there, if you walk your feet in, so your feet are hip distance, just taking that moment just to get ourselves into a more kind of balanced and comfortable position. So take the time to get there because it will help you as we move on. So your back, you want it in neutral spine here, so try and lengthen it a little bit first, and then moving through that tilted position and the arched position. So we're just inhale and exhale. We'll do that a few times and then maybe start to slow it down and start to move into the center. So we hold it in the center by lifting through your pelvic floor, drawing the belly in, and also maybe a little bit of drawing in towards the middle of your body if you can. Now, if you stretch your arms just along by your side so your hands lift a little bit off the ground, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, lift your arms up and then over. They don't have to touch the ground, you just have to kind of stretch them behind you. On the inhale, lift the arms back round. So as you breathe out, stretch the arms, lift them up and over. And as you breathe in, bring them back in. Now keep going with that. So again, quite a simple movement, but we're using it to try and just test that we're managing to keep the back in that neutral spine, that we're managing to keep, if you like, a connection with the floor. It doesn't have to be touching, it doesn't have to be pressing down, but we want it to be aware of the floor there. Lifting the pelvic floor still, drawing the belly in still. Good, well done. Okay, we'll do 2 more of these. And then on the last one, we're going to lift the arms over and we're going to keep them there. So you might have to just keep them a little bit off the ground. You can bend your elbows a little bit if you want, but still try and keep that feeling of neutral spine, keeping the belly lifting in. Okay, now from there, we're just going to lift up through your upper body. So we're just going to reach the upper body up, and it's just coming up a little bit. It's not to reach forwards, and then breathing in, lower it back down. So breathing out, lift up, maybe a little scoop of the upper body, and breathing in, lower back down. So we'll do this a couple more times. Excellent. Now if you want to, when you lift up, you can also lift through your legs. So you're going to extend the leg, then you're going to flex your foot And as you lower down, you lower the arms and then bend the leg back in. And then we'll just change sides. So breathing out, point your toes, lift the leg up, flex your foot, lower it down, and then bend the leg and bring it back in. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, point your toes, start to lift the leg up, breathe in lower. As you breathe out, just bend that leg and lower it in. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, point your toes, lift the leg up, and then flex your foot, lower your leg, and then bend it as you breathe out. So breathing in to prepare, breathe out, point your toes, lift up, and breathing in, bend it. Good, well done. Now you can stay on this. So this is kind of option 1, if you like. We can make it a little bit harder. So you could extend your legs. So the legs extend along the ground. And then as you breathe out, we point the toes, lift the leg up. And as you breathe in, you flex your foot and lower it down. So it becomes a little bit quicker. So breathing out, lift, breathing in, lower. But you do have to make sure that your back stays on the ground, kind of. So in that neutral spine. So you don't want it kind of arching too much. And you don't want it to lose that neutral spine either. Or the lift in the pelvic floor, or the pulling of the belly. Good, very nice. And we're still pointing the toes as we lift up and flexing the foot as you go back down. And any strain in the back or any lifting, go back so your feet are flat on the floor and do it from there. Good, well done. Okay, we'll just do a couple more of these. And then on the last one, we'll just bring the legs so that the feet are flat on the floor, and then maybe stretch your arms out to the side. So take another deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to lift the legs up. You can do this one at a time, or you can do it both together, but we're lifting up to this tabletop position. So we're going to do a little movement side to side. So when you're ready, again, use your hands on the ground. As you breathe out, lower the legs over towards one side. As you breathe in, draw them back into the centre. So again, option-wise, if you want to make it easier, feet flat on the floor. If you want to make it a little bit harder, then maybe as you go out to the side, extend the legs. Then bend them as you breathe in and back to the centre. So that would be one option. So you take them over bent, but then you stretch them out, bend them back in and back in. If you want a little bit more than that, you could start with the legs stretched up and just move them over and centre in that stretched up position. But it's entirely up to you. You just need to work where it feels best for you. Well done. Okay, we'll do 2 more of these, just side to side when you're ready. And then when you're ready, move back to the middle and have the legs bent. So we're in this bent leg position. So from here, we're going to lift the upper body up off the ground, but we're going to have the hands supporting the back of the head. Again, if that doesn't suit you, maybe just have the hands at the back of the head and the head on the ground. That would do. So deep breath in here. As you breathe out, we're just going to extend one leg away. Now, if that is too much, I'll give you an option. You could move it so that it kind of goes up towards the sky a little bit. That would be a little bit easier. And you could also move it so it goes down to the ground with a bent leg. So you just need to work where you can. So breathing in, as you breathe out, the leg extends away. As you breathe in, it comes back in. So breathing out and breathing in. Good, well done. So whichever option you have, and again, feel free to lower the upper body. You could then turn this into a little twist. Now the shoulder goes to the opposite knee, so not the one that's extending away, and then back into the centre. So it goes over and centre. And again, if you don't want to do the little twist, don't bother with the twist. Okay, just keep going with the legs. And if you need a rest, have a little rest. Good, well done. So try and keep as much as your torso as you can on the ground if you are twisting. Excellent. Very nice. Okay, we'll just do a couple more of these. Well done. Now from here, we'll slowly lower your upper body and just draw your knees just towards your chest. So we'll just take a little rest here. So just holding that. Now from here, we're going to keep your right knee in and extend your left leg along the ground. So the right knee is in towards your chest. Now again, you can have your hands just either side if you want to. But we're going to have the knee in and we're going to move it over towards the left side. So you move the knee over and then we bring it back in to the center. Okay, so do that again. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, take the right knee over and then move into center. You can roll a little bit, but try and have your shoulders and your elbows on the ground as you do that. Good, well done. Okay, do that a couple more times. So just take it over, draw yourself back into the center. So it's kind of a little single leg version of that double leg one we were doing. Do one more, but working through the sides of your waist. Okay, slowly bring it back into the middle and draw both knees back into your chest. So we'll do that the other way. So hold your left knee in, extend through your right leg. And you can always, you could bend your right leg a little bit if that makes it easier for you. But if you can extend it and try and really press down, that'll make it a little bit harder. So stretch your arms out, and then as you breathe out, take that leg over towards the right a little. Breathe in, draw it into the center. So again, breathing out, move it over, breathing in to the center. Good, and press down through your shoulders, press down through your elbows. Very nice. And just two more of these. Well done. And last one. Okay, when you're ready, draw both knees back in towards the center. Now this time, again, we'll keep the right knee towards your chest. You can either take your left foot to the ground or you can extend it away. So we're coming in for a little hamstring stretch first. So it's either going to be left foot on the ground, left foot extended away. And then your hands are going to go behind the back of your right thigh and we're going to extend the right leg up towards the sky. And again, don't be too kind of aggressive with it. Be gentle. And you could hold there, you could move your hands at the back of the leg a little bit if you wanted to, you don't have to. And you could lift your upper body if you wanted to, you don't have to. Okay, from here, we're going to do a little single leg stretch, which we've done a few times before. So you can either, again, bend your leg if you need to. You can have it straight if you want to. Hands behind the back of the thigh, behind the back of the chin or the ankle, so you can lift your upper body. So deep breath in, as you breathe out, we're just going to change legs. So breathing in, and as you breathe out, so breathing in and breathing out. Now you can keep that nice and slow if you'd like. If you want a little bit more, change on the in breath and the out breath. Good, and if you want a little bit more than that little short puffy breath, and it becomes a little bit quicker. Again, you could be bending the knees here and drawing the knee in and out if you want to, either slow or quick, or the upper body up or down. Excellent. Okay, keep yourself nice and centered. Do 4 more of these. I'm going to hold on to the back of your left leg. So as you can figure that out. So the left leg stays in, the right leg is away. You can even place your right foot on the ground if that's better. And just come in for this little bit of a hamstring stretch again. So hands can go behind the back of your thigh, back of your calf, or your ankle, upper body lifted or lowered, wherever you feel is best for you. Okay, so maybe extend the right leg away, and then either keeping the upper body lifted or lowered, we'll move back into that slow version of the single leg stretch. So deep breath in, as you breathe out, change legs. So breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, so stay with that. If you want a little bit more, breathing in and breathing out. Good, if you want a little bit more than that little short puffy breath, and it becomes a little bit quicker. Good, well done. Excellent. Okay, you can have a little rest, draw your knees towards your chest. Well done. Okay, from here, we're just going to extend the legs along the ground again. So if you just extend them and just feel what that happens when you do that to your back. So feel, you know, how it feels to just lie on your back there. Try and make sure that you feel that you're in control of it. So you're in some kind of neutral spine. You're lifting the pelvic floor, drawing the belly in. And you can use your hands to brace yourself here as well. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to point the toes on your right leg, lift it up, and flex your foot and lower it back down. So we're just going to change sides. So breathing in, as you breathe out, lift, breathing in to lower. So breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. We'll just do a few of these. Nice straight legs, pointing the toes as we move up, flexing the foot as you come back down. Good, we'll do two more. And the last one. Well done. Okay, from there, bend your legs, have your feet flat on the floor. And we're going to do a very similar thing, but in a bridge position. And again, if it doesn't feel right to you, then you're just going to stay on a bridge. So when you're ready, we'll come in so that the feet are hip distance, the heels quite close in, back in neutral spine first. And as you breathe out, tilt your pelvis forward and up. And then as you breathe out again, we're going to start to lift. So we're going to lift up through your lower back, your mid back, just pressing yourself up either into your middle, upper, or maybe even your shoulders. When you get up that first time, just take a moment just to make sure that you feel nice and balanced. So through your shoulders, your hips, and your knees. Take another deep breath in here. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to lower back down. So just pressing down now, one vertebrae at a time, trying to keep the hips as high as you can for as long as you can. When you get down to the bottom, take another breath in, and as you breathe out, start to tilt your pelvis and lift all the way back up again. So once more, when you get to the top, deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, start to lower back down. So we'll keep that going, so just that movement. So deep breath in, as you breathe out, move up. So stay with that, just work at your own pace, at your own speed, just moving up and down. We'll do one more of these, so if you want to, when you come up the next time, we'll do a little bit of movement. So when you come back up, again, hold at the top on your in-breath. As you breathe out, we're going to softly point the toes on one leg, flex your foot as you come down. We're going to change legs here. Okay, so as you breathe out, we lift through the other leg, flex your foot as you come down. And we change legs again. So breathing out, point the toes, breathing in, flex the foot and come down. Good, breathing out, point the toes, breathing in, come down. Again, if you feel it's too much, you can always have a little rest. We'll do one more on either side. Well done. Okay, hold there. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, we'll just slowly lower back down. So we're going to do this one more set through. So if it's too much, then you're just going to keep going with your bridge. Otherwise, breathing out, tilt your pelvis, start to peel up off the ground, come up to the top, hold there. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, point your toes, and as you breathe in, flex your foot and lower. And then you just bend your leg to bring it in. Now keep that going. Again, if it becomes too much, then you don't want to do it. And you can make the movement bigger or smaller. Remember, we're pointing the toes and lifting up, flexing your foot as you come down, and take your foot all the way to the ground. So rather than just bending and straightening your leg, when you come down, flex your foot a little bit, draw it down, then bend your knee and bring it in. So it's up, flex and pull, bend and in. Good, okay. When you're ready, we'll take another deep breath in and we'll make our way back down. So just take your time as you come down out of it. Okay, maybe take your feet wide and drop the knees towards one another. Excellent. Okay, from there, bring your knees apart, bring your feet in and draw your knees towards your chest. So we're going to do a little bit of rolling here. If you don't particularly like rolling, then I'll give you an option when we come to the top. But if you just roll back and then forwards first, then we'll come up. So your option then, if you don't like the rolling, if you don't like rolling at all, then you're going to do a roll back. So we did this at the beginning, so deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, round your back and roll back a little bit. As you breathe in, come back up. So that's your option if you dislike rolling, okay. If you like rolling, then we're going to lift your feet off the ground, and we're just going to roll back with control, and then roll back up, keeping the back really rounded. So roll back and up. So what you're trying to do is to try and get the least amount of your back on the ground as you go back. So if we roll kind of, and we're not using much muscle, every bit of our back will touch, okay? So try and round as much as you can and roll back and up. So just a tiny bit of your back touches. Now keep going with that. If you want a little bit more, you might not necessarily, but if you want to, we'll roll back and up and then extend your arms and legs. Again, you don't have to do that, but roll back and up and extend the arms and legs. If you're doing this one, then it's just back and lift and extend and bend. So you don't have to roll. If you feel it's too much on your back, depends what you're rolling on. If you're rolling on a hard floor, it might feel too much. Okay, when you're ready, come up the next time and just hold up here. Good. Again, draw your belly in. Maybe lift your feet off the ground. And then if you want to lift your feet up, so you could lift your feet to kind of 90 degrees. Maybe lift your feet higher. Again, straighten your legs. Work where you can. Good, breathe. Excellent. Okay, slowly release that, and you can release forwards a little bit just to release your back. Well done. So we're going to come over onto your side. So if you just come onto your side facing me, it doesn't matter kind of which way you go. And we're going to come all the way down. So if you want to, you can lie all the way in this flat position. If you wanted to bend your elbow, then you could. Just make sure we're still kind of lifting through the side body as you do that. And find a position that you feel that you're stacking your shoulders, your hips, your knees and your ankles. So everything is in alignment before we begin. So lifting a little bit as well. So lift the pelvic floor still. Try and feel like you're lifting a little bit through your side body as well. And your top hands can stretch away if you don't necessarily need it. Okay, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, if you stretch both legs away, so they'll lift just a little bit off the ground. Another breath in, and as you breathe out, just lift your top leg. Breathe in, lower it back down. So just do a few of these. So just using this just to gauge where we are. You might want to bend your back leg if you needed to. You might want to place that bottom leg on the ground if you wanted to, just to keep yourself steady. Now we're going to hold the top leg up, so you're just going to hold it there. Take another breath in. As you breathe out, lift your bottom leg to meet it. And then breathe in, lower it down. So do that again. So breathing out, lift your bottom leg. Breathe in, lower it. So again, breathing out, lift. Breathing in, lower. Good, well done. So just the bottom leg is moving. Top leg stays still. Excellent. Just working that inner thigh. Do two more. And last one. Now this time lift both legs up, hold them up. And we're going to do a little flutter kick here. So we're going to move the legs forwards and back. So as the top leg moves back, bottom leg moves forward. And then if you want to, speed it up a little bit. You do not have to, and it's not big at all. It's a tiny, tiny little kick. Good, well done. And just 8 more of these. Good, 2 more. Well done. Okay, relax. Bend your knees a little. And then from here, we're just going to press up. So we're coming into an all fours position. If you could remember which leg you've just worked. Okay, so remember that leg, because you're going to work the other one a little bit. But we'll come to an all fours position first of all. So when you get there, remember we need to try and establish that neutral spine again. So do use the tilt and the arch that we did earlier. So inhale, drop your belly, and as you breathe out, just round your lower back a little. And then make it smaller and come into that central position with the belly drawing in. Now for the first one here, we're going to move to a plank position. So we're going to come up onto your feet. Now if this is not good for you, you're going to lower your knees down and you're going to stay here. Okay, so you'll be in one of two positions, knees down, but you're quite far back, so you could kind of stretch your legs back. So you're not like here on all fours, but walk your knees back. Otherwise, we're up on our toes. Now, if you're on your toes, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're just going to lift, you're just going to point your left toes. And then as you breathe in, take your toes back down. So as you breathe out, we lift and point through the left toes and then lower them down. So we're just alternating, changing sides. If you're on your knees, as you breathe out, you're just going to step back with one leg to a plank position. As you breathe in, you bring the knee in. As you breathe out, step the other leg back, and as you breathe in, bring it back in. So it's your choice where you are here, but draw the belly up and in. Good, and you can always lower your knees if you want to. Do two more. And do one more. Well done. Okay, from there, walk your knees in a little, maybe take them wide, and then lower your bottom back to your heels, and stretch your arms out in front of you. Okay, when you're ready, slowly make your way back up. So we're going to come to all fours again. So again, make your way through that tilt and arch. Draw your belly in. Now from here, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we're just going to lift up through your left or right leg. It doesn't really matter. Lift one leg up. So keep your hips nice and level here. And then all we're going to do is we're going to lower and lift the leg. So as you breathe in, lower your leg. You don't have to touch the floor. And as you breathe out, lift it up. So it's just a lift and a lower. Now we're going to add on to this. So as you breathe out, lift the leg. And as you breathe in, we're going to move it away a little bit. So it's going to come over to the side. Breathe in, bring it back in, and lower it back down. So breathing out, lift. Breathing in, move it away. Breathing in, back in, and lower it down. Good. We'll do that a couple more times. So lift, move it away, back in, and down. Good, now you keep going on that. If you wanted a little bit more, you could stretch your other arm away, opposite arm, and do the same thing. But again, you might not want to, okay? But you could. So the same thing, so the arm moves away, the body stays still on this one, so it's a bit different to that kind of airplane one that we did before. So we lift the arm and leg moves away, back in, and down. And we'll do that one more time. So lift, and again, just do the legs only, that feels better. Excellent. Okay, walk your knees in. Take a well-earned rest. So relax back. Maybe stretch your fingers out. Stretch out through your back. Okay, slowly start to make your way back up again. So again, spread your hands, knees underneath your hips. Maybe move through your spine a little bit. Lift the pelvic floor and draw your belly in. So when you're ready, we'll extend the other leg. So just extend it behind you. Good, so moving up and down first. As you breathe in, lower the leg. As you breathe out, lift it up. And again, you could stay at this. You don't have to move past this. Just work nice and slowly. Use your own breath to control it. So we'll add on. So when you're ready, breathe out, come up. As you breathe in, move the leg away. Breathe in, bring it back in, and lower it back down. So again, lift the leg up. Take it away just a little bit. Bring it back in and lower. Now stay on that. If you want the opposite arm, stretch it away. Lift it up at the same time as the leg. Move it away. Draw it back into the center and release down. So lift, stretch away. Good, center and down. Good, well done. And just a couple more of these. And keep the belly drawn in so you're not arching in your back. And one last time. Excellent. Okay, so from here, we'll just come back to that child's pose. So you can make it wide, with the knees wide, the feet together, the arms stretching out. Okay, so slowly from there, we're going to come over to the other side. So you might want to swing your legs down to the bottom. So you just need to make sure you're doing your other leg, basically. So the other leg should be on top. So once you get there, either come all the way down or maybe place your hand under your head, but still keeping that sense of lifting and drawing in through your body. Make sure you feel in that stacked position with the shoulders and the hips and the knees. Draw your belly in and lift your waistline a little, and maybe stretch your top arm away if you don't need it. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll stretch both legs first, so they're both lifted a little. And then on your next out breath, just lift your top leg, and on your in breath, lower it down. So just the top leg working first, keeping the hips aligned, keeping the belly pulled in. Good. And just lift it to where you want to. You don't have to lift that high. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift that top leg up. We're going to hold it up there. And as you breathe out this time, lift your bottom leg up. And as you breathe in, lower your bottom leg. So breathing out, lift. Breathing in, lower. And just keep that top leg where it is. Try and keep everything else where it is. So we're not moving too much and we're working that inner thigh. Good, well done. That's quite hard on that side for me. I find it really difficult. It always shows you, do you have some weaknesses in your body? And if there is there, then Pilates will find it. And hopefully strengthen it as well. Okay, just a couple more. Well done. And then lift the leg up, hold it. So both legs are lifted, both legs are stretched. And we'll do that little flutter kick. So we're just moving one leg back, one forward, and then maybe speed it up a little bit if you feel that's okay for you. But just work where you can. And breathe. Well done. Just a few more. And excellent. Okay, bend your knees a little bit. Good stuff. Okay, from here, we'll take ourselves over onto your front. So just take your time as you make your way around. So when you come down, we're going to do a couple of kind of variations on a yoga pose called Shalabhasana. So we're going to come in with the hands by your sides, first of all. Now on this, we're going to lift and lower through it. So if you bring your big toes together so the heels kind of move apart, and use your hands. And if you want to, you can just do the legs or the upper body. You do not have to do both. So take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, lift the upper body, lift the legs. And as you breathe in, lower back down. So as you breathe out, lift. So try and stretch from the top of your head down towards your toes as you do it. So breathing out, lift. And breathing in, lower down. Again, don't lift the head too much. Think about keeping the head and neck in line, stretching through your body, and think more lengthening as you lift up. Okay, we'll do two more of these. And one last one. Well done. So slowly when you come back down, maybe bring your arms back round, drop your head down. Just have a little rest for a moment. So we're going to come back in again. So you can do one more set of these. So same thing with the hands down, feet together, lift. If you want a little bit more, we're going to bring the hands so it's round beside your shoulders. So just kind of slightly above them. We're not using the hands here. You'll see what I mean when we get up. We're going to kind of extend them. So either from here, just breathe out, lift, breathe in, lower. Or if you want a little bit more, breathe out, lift up, but hold here, and then stretch the arms away, draw them back in, and lower yourself back down. So breathing out, lift, extend, back in, and down. Or just that lift and lower. Okay, so work where you can, where you feel it is best for you. Excellent. Okay, we'll just do two more of these. Well done. Okay, release all the way back down. Maybe bring your hands round and drop your head down. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to come up now onto your forearms. So again, into the Sphinx position. If this doesn't suit you, so if it doesn't feel right in your back, we're going to be moving the legs here. So if it doesn't feel right, then please feel free just to lower down and bring your hands underneath your head. Otherwise, bring your hands in a little bit so that your shoulder is over your elbow. And again, to check that, just take your front hand, just cross it over, and it should kind of just land in the middle part of your elbow. So lift and lengthen forwards. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're just going to lift through your right leg. So your right leg just lifts a little bit off the ground. Breathing in, lower it. And as you breathe out, lift through the other leg. So breathing into lower. So again, if there is any strain on the lower back, it's quite, you know, it doesn't feel like much when you're doing it, but it's quite a lot on your back. So if you feel that that's too much, lower yourself down. You could make it a little bit harder by lifting both legs. Again, I'll leave that up to you. Okay, so just work where you can, where it feels right. Excellent. We'll just do a couple more of these. So either singles or doubles, entirely up to you. And last ones. Well done. Okay, slowly from there, release your feet and then release your body all the way down towards the ground. Maybe bring your hands back round, drop your forehead, and maybe move a little bit side to side through your hips as well. And for the last little sets, we're going to be moving over onto your back again. So you can take your time and just roll yourself maybe onto your side first, and then bring yourself onto your back. Now, again, when you're ready, we're going to bring your hands just along the floor. So we're going to do some more bridge movements here. So we're going to start with neutral spine first of all. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, tilt your pelvis and then start to lift. So just coming up, just to where it feels right for you again. And we'll hold it at the top. Now when you get to the top, we're going to work the inner thighs here. So we're going to work on the in movement of it. Okay, so deep breath in. As you breathe out, just squeeze the inner thighs and then release them. So squeeze the inner thighs together, release them. Do that a few more times. So imagine you've got something, so maybe a big ball between the legs, and you're just squeezing the legs together and then releasing them. Excellent. We'll do two more of these. Keep your feet nice and level, your hips nice and balanced. And then to stay here, we're just going to move through your hips. So we're just going to lift the hips up and up. So don't worry about the down bit. We're not kind of going down, but just squeeze the bottom a little bit. Lift your hips. Excellent. And just four more here. Well done. Now slowly start to release down. So from the upper part of your spine, start to lower yourself all the way back down towards the ground. Well done. Now from here, you're going to come up onto your elbows. So you just push yourself up onto your elbows. And then we're going to extend the legs out in front of us. So the legs are hip distance apart. You're supported by your elbows. Again, if it doesn't feel right, please feel free to take it down towards the ground. So take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, point your toes again on one leg and then flex your foot to lower it down. So we're alternating. So breathing out, point the toes, breathing in, flex the foot and draw it down. So it's just that same movement that we did, so we've done a few times now, of that lifting and lowering. So we're lengthening through the legs. Now keep that going. If you want to, you could lift both legs at the same time. But again, if it feels too much, don't do it. And if you want to, you could even alternate it. So you could do a couple of singles and then a double, but just work where you can, where it feels right. Okay, well done. Just two more. And last one. And well done. Okay, slowly from there. Maybe bend your knees before you lower yourself down. So just lower yourself all the way back down. So we're going to do one more set of these bridge moves. So again, feet hip distance apart. When you're ready, deep breath in. As you breathe out, tilt your pelvis and then start to peel the back up off the ground. So coming up to where it feels right for you. So we're going to go back to these little movements of the pulling in and releasing, but we're going to just speed them up a little bit. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, it's just squeeze, 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 squeeze. So it's just little tiny movements through the inner thighs. Good. Again, try and feel balanced through your shoulders and your hips. Excellent. And last 8. And 4 more. And then staying here, we're going to do the little hip lift again. So when you're ready, it's just lift, lift, lift. So again, maybe a little bit quicker, but we're not going down. We're just concentrating on that lift. Excellent. And last 4. Well done. Slowly now start to make your way all the way back down. So just taking your time and release down. Okay, from here, we'll just lift your right foot off the ground, flex it, and just place it on top of that left thigh. So just coming in for a little bit of a stretch. So stay here, maybe use your right hand and just press the knee away, just gently opening your hip. And then either stay with this one or lift your left foot off the ground and then take your hands behind either the back of your left thigh or front of your left shin. Maybe keep your right foot a little bit flexed just to support the knee, protect it. Okay, slowly from there, keep your legs crossed, but lower your left foot to the ground. And then we're just going to come in for a little twist. So we're just going to move both legs over towards the left. Maybe stretch your arms out, maybe look along your right hand. So just a little twist through your side body and your hip. So we worked quite a bit there. And then when you're ready, use your tummy muscles to draw yourself back into the centre. Release the legs, maybe just move them a little bit side to side. And we'll change sides. So again, right foot on the ground, lift your left leg up, flex your foot and place it over. So using your hands, maybe just gently press the knee away just to open the hip a little. And either stay there with the legs or start to lift your right foot off the ground. So hands around the back of the thigh, front of the shin, wherever that suits you. Left foot flexed. When you're ready, slowly keep the legs crossed, but lower your foot and then drop both legs over towards the right. So again, when you get there, maybe stretch your arms out, look along that hand. Okay, when you're ready, move back to the middle, uncross your legs and draw your knees to your chest. So we're going to come up to an all fours position. Again, if you want to, you could roll up or you could just use your hands. So maybe roll back and forwards just a couple of times. And then just make your way up. So when you come in, we'll come into that all fours position again. So just to stretch out your spine a little bit. So when you're ready, on an inhale, just drop your belly. This time maybe pull your chest forwards a little bit. And then as you breathe out, just rounding through the upper back and shoulders to draw the belly in. So do that again. So inhale, just drop forwards. And on the exhale, just rounding in. And just do that a couple more times. Well done. And just make your way back into the centre. So this time we'll take a wide leg child's pose again. So knees wide, feet together, press your bottom back and then stretch your arms just out in front of you. So maybe walk your fingertips away from you a little bit. So we're going to stretch the shoulder here. So if you take your right arm just underneath your left arm and maybe if you can, lower the side of your head towards the ground. And then maybe start to walk your left fingertips away a little bit more to get that stretch in your shoulders. Slowly, when you're ready, start to come back up. And then we'll just change sides. So taking that left arm underneath the right one, turn your head. Again, maybe walk your right fingertips away a little bit more. And then when you're ready, slowly start to push yourself back up again. So we'll just come into just a cross-legged or comfortable sitting position. Relax your shoulders. And then from here, just slowly lower your chin just down towards your chest. Okay, slowly lift your chin back up and take your right hand just maybe a little bit away from you and just bend over towards that side. And change sides, just take it the other way, so just reaching up and over. And then slowly back into the center. And this time, relax the shoulders again and just drop your ear this time, just over towards one side. Move into the middle. And we'll just take it the other way. And then back into the center. And this time, just with your shoulders, just roll them back. And then towards the front. Well done. Okay, that is you ladies. Thank you very much indeed. Any questions at all, please ask. You can unmute yourself now.